Crisis report 129.25. Yes, there was a crash in the Potomac. We'll be talking about that. I actually covered that over on PrepperNow. Basically, when it broke, not because I'm some crack, super reporter or anything like that. I just happened to turn my phone on to tabulate right when it happens. Terrible event. And so, yeah. Funny, if it was a month and a half ago, the video probably would have gone viral. But, of course, that doesn't happen now. We got butthurt, blue-haired blowy in the back who's got to turn all the knobs and stuff and make sure that, it's funny, too. They have, it tells you, who's checking out your videos and stuff. You got all these analytics so you can see. It's really easy to see if they're jacking with your channel or not. And it's like, ooh, your subscribers are having basically the only people that are looking. It's like, yeah, the only person that are allowed to see my videos now is the subscribers because of what you jackasses have done in the back with your little algorithm and knob switching. So, whatever. Yep, makes me mad. I just want organic. Is that such a hard thing with this platform? Can we just have organic? Well, you know what makes Telegram so great? It's organic. It's totally organic. It used to be, at least. I know there's some BS now, but it used to just be organic. No algorithms. It's just there. You just logged in and did your thing. No, now they got to get all manipulative. And he says, ooh, you got to see this, but you can't see that. But you got to see this, and you can't see that. And you got to see this, but you can't see that. Maybe the people in the back, maybe they're idiots. Oh, I know. Maybe they shouldn't be in control of anything. Maybe they should go away. How'd you like to mow my lawn? What movie? All right. Crisis Report 129, 2025. Go on and check out the PrepperNow video. It does have the footage, but they've got that channel capped because some jackass in the back can't stand, the fact that he's getting his butt kicked politically anymore, or her, or whatever the heck they think they are. So it is what it is. You can't help them. They got to do their thing. They'll wake up one day. No, they probably won't. Whatever. All right, so tonight we're going to talk about the crash. We're going to talk about AI. We're going to talk about all the different stuff. Of course, it's going to be Trump, all over the place as well. And, we're going to get on to it, okay? So this is your crisis report for January 29th, 2025. Let's go. OpenAI claims Chinese AI startup DeepSeek and its proprietary models to train its now open source AI, raising intellectual property concerns. China-based companies and others are constantly trying to distill U.S. AI models, OpenAI said. DeepSeek reportedly used distillation, a method where smaller AI models learn from larger ones, drastically cutting training costs. OpenAI claims to have evidence of this practice. White House AI advisor David Sachs suggested DeepSeek may have sucked the knowledge out of OpenAI's models. China going parasitic? Who'd have thought that? It's almost like big tech censoring. You never could see that. Russia and Syria will hold further talks over Russian military bases in Syria. Russia's news agency reported, citing Russian Deputy Foreign Minister Mikhail Bogdanov after his talks with Syrian officials. Issue requires additional negotiations. TASS news agency cited Bogdanov as telling journalists Bogdanov is heading Russia's delegation to Damascus for the first time since Moscow's allied president Bashar al-Assad was toppled. He added that so far there have been no changes to the presence of the Russian military in the country. U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio told Rwandan President Paul Kagame on Tuesday that Washington was deeply troubled by escalation and conflict in the DRC, or the Democratic Republic of Congo particularly the fall of the city of Goma to Rwandan-backed rebels. Call came as the United States urged the United Nations Security Council Tuesday to consider measures to halt an offensive by Rwandan troops and M23 rebel forces in eastern Congo as the conflict there escalates. Poll shows 85% of Greenlanders oppose U.S. annexation, with only 6% in favor and 9% undecided. Despite its Mexico-sized landmass, Greenland has just 57,000 residents and gained a broad autonomy in 2009, including the right to declare independence. Just become independent, man. Have people pay you. You know, why become someone's subject or bitch? Just freaking, just go independent. Have them pay you. Be like, yeah, you want a base here? Pay me. Pentagon has stripped retired General Mark Milley of his security clearance and personal security detail. Milley may also face a demotion with the Pentagon Review Board, considering removing his star, which would impact his pension and retired status. Move follows controversy over Milley's alleged remarks in Bob Woodward's book, where he reportedly called Trump fascist to the core and raised concerns about Trump's mental stability and control over nuclear weapons. So, another Russian oil refinery was hit by Ukrainian kamikaze UAVs, this time targeting Lukoil's Nizhny Novgorod facility in Kostovo. It is one of the largest refineries in the country, with an installed capacity of 17 million tons per year. Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger have withdrawn from the ECOWAS with effect from 29th of January 2025. That, of course, is today. It's basically the Western African states. I forget what it all stands for, but, just kind of a loose alliance of these countries. Well, that's all broken down, gone. United States Navy has officially banned its members from using China's DeepSeek for fear of potential security and ethical concerns associated with the model's origin and usage. I mean, military people, really? Like, not being able to use a Chinese version of AI on their phones deep inside our military bases and installations? Who could see that coming? NATO confirmed a Russian plot to assassinate Rheinmetall CEO Armin Paperger, whose firm supplies arms to Ukraine, marks NATO's first official acknowledgement of the attempt, foiled by U.S. and German intelligence in July 2024. And they would have gone away with it if it wasn't for those meddling kids. Chinese Alibaba unveiled its upgraded AI model Qwen 2.5 Max, claiming it surpasses DeepSeek version 3, GPT version 4, and officials say. So, hold on real quick, friends. I need to plug my CPU in because I took it with me when I was on the sports ball. Just got to turn the lights on real quick and get the thing powered up. And we're good. All right, light off. Boom. Trump to revoke student visas of Hamas sympathizers on campuses, according to White House. Hamas announces the Israeli hostages to be released tomorrow will be Arbel Yehud, Agam Berger, Gadi Moses, 5 Thais who were captured on October 7th will also be released. Israel plans to release 110 Palestinian prisoners tomorrow, including 32 serving life sentences, 48 with long sentences, and 30 minors. Iran has indirectly told Trump that instead of sending Palestinians to Egypt, Israelis should be deported to Greenland. I like that. Iranian Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi made his suggestion on a satirical counter-proposal to the U.S. President Trump's plan to relocate Palestinians from Gaza. Trump's envoys visited Philadelphia Axis and the border with Egypt in the Netzarim military zone in central Gaza, according to the Israeli Broadcasting Authority. Syrian Democratic Forces, or the SDF, struck a position reportedly belonging to Turkish forces in Abu Rasin, Zarqan, Hasaka. SDF seemingly used a possible Russian-made 9M113 Concurs anti-tank guided missile, or ATGM, to carry out the attack. Sky News Arabic report, Trump envoy Steve Witkoff met in Saudi Arabia with the PLO Secretary General and told him that the U.S. administration wants the Palestinian Authority to return to the running the Gaza Strip. The world may face WW to the 1, 2, 3 and the destruction of small countries due to the possible new Yalta between Trump, Putin, and G, according to Bloomberg. However, the current order will be based not on ideas, but on force, and this is precisely what could trigger the explosion. Yeah, of course it's force. It's called imperialism. Everybody wants to make their empires bigger. They did the same thing in World War II, you know? Japan was into Manchuria and all the other islands. Germany was going into Czechoslovakia and Austria and Sudetenland and all that, and yeah. Yeah, the Italians down in Abyssinia. It's called empire building. So why do you think they're looking at Greenland? Why do you think they're looking at Taiwan? Why do you think they're looking at all this stuff? We're just at that point again. We're just at that point. Al-Qassam brigades to release 8 prisoners tomorrow, of which 5 are Thai workers, 3 Israelis, in a turn for 110 Palestinian prisoners. It is part of the ongoing prisoner exchange. 32 of those 110 Palestinian prisoners were charged with life sentences. Another 30 were under the age of 18. In 2024, the Al-Qassam brigades released the first batch of Thai prisoners with no exchange after the request of the Thai Muslim politician. Pope warns of scrolling brain rot. Oh gosh, come on into the modern day high school classroom. You're going to see a lot of that. Pope Francis has warned Catholics of the risk of brain rot from excessive social media scrolling, calling in courageous journalists to tell stories of hope to the public instead. I like that. Pontiff made his remarks on the address to journalists and other communications professionals at the Vatican on Saturday. Communication means stepping outside ourselves a bit to give something of myself to one another, he said, before calling on young people to exercise greater critical thinking skills and avoid giving themselves brain rot from excessive social media use. Definitely. But if you want to see some real brain rot, you should read the declarations of the Second Vatican Council, Lumen Gentium. It's my favorite. Everybody's getting all skibbity toilets up in this place, all right? I need more Alpha Sigma, folks, okay? Y'all are cooking. Y'all are cooking. No cap. According to a document that was allegedly leaked from the Defense Intelligence Agency, or DIA, observances and events to commemorate a variety of holidays and occasions by employees of the federal government have been suspended. Some of the suspended observances include Martin Luther King Day, Black History Month, Holocaust Remembrance Day, Pride Month, Juneteenth, Women's Equality Day. Reported suspension is related to executive orders made by President Trump to end diversity, equity, inclusion, or DEI programs in the federal government and to cut down on wasteful federal spending. RFK Jr. is, during a Senate hearing, said, I don't want to take food away from anybody. If you like a cheeseburger, a McDonald's cheeseburger, a Diet Coke, which my boss loves, and you should be able to get them. So, cheeseburger. U.S. Commerce Secretary Pick prefers across-the-board tariffs. Well, at least it's equal. White House rescinds federal funding freeze so they can go on spending. Trump media stock jumps as Truth Social parent partners with investing giant Charles Schwab. So, more money, more money, more money. Trump says he will use Guantanamo Bay to detain illegal migrants. There's an expansion of this. I didn't add it into here, but we'll do it here. It's going to be able to supposedly hold 30,000 people. He's going to use it for the new neighbors, you know? I'd say the real word, but we'd probably get hindered. The old love. Justice Department discusses dropping New York mayor corruption case, according to the New York Times. Trump slams Fed. Powell vows to unleash lending. Meta agrees to pay Trump $25 million to settle an account ban lawsuit, according to U.S. media. Trump has signed an executive order to end radical indoctrination in K-12 schooling and reestablish the 1776 Commission to promote patriotic education. International Planned Parenthood is going to lose $61 million due to Trump's executive orders. Trump administration is revoking temporary protected status for over 60,000 Venezuelan immigrants. Texas military has deployed 400 soldiers to the Rio Grande Valley to support U.S. Border Patrol and to enhance ongoing border operations. Russia has now accused the Biden administration of trying to assassinate Donald Trump, Vladimir Putin, and other world leaders. Kansas public health officials report that the state is dealing with the largest documented outbreak of tuberculosis since 1950. France has discussed the military support for Denmark amid Trump's threats to Greenland. U.S. suspends most military aid security assistance programs for Ukraine, according to the New York Times. That's true. Mr. Zelensky might be looking for a new sugar daddy. Alibaba releases its artificial intelligence platform that it says surpasses DeepSeek. Alibaba has also closed ties with the Chinese government as the DeepSeek company. White House Press Secretary Leavitt said that any judge or prosecutor that Trump wants to see fired will be removed from office. Some people see this as a declaration of dictatorship in the judiciary. Well, to each their own. F-16s scrambled after a drone neared Trump's Air Force. This was weird because this happened literally right before what happened in the D.C. area with the American Eagle flight. We'll get to that in a moment. Trump's Air Force One plane event occurred Sunday night. Listen to the ATC audio. That, of course, is one of the links. You can put it right there. Waiting for you at the Crisis Report. Should you choose to subscribe, you just basically do it for free. It's pretty easy. Crisis Report is PrepperNow.crisisreport.com. Russia, huge fire at the Novozhbykov oil pumping station at the Druzhba pipeline, Bryansk region, possibly due to Ukrainian assault. In addition, exchange gas prices in Europe reached $550 per 1,000 cubic meters for the first time since November 15th, 2023. Helicopter and a plane collided in Washington over Reagan Airport, ceasing the plane to crash into the Potomac. Yep. Got video up on, I think I posted it to X. I got it on Tube. Yeah, so you want to check it out. It's pretty intense. You see the whole thing from some angles. So a helicopter and a plane collided in Washington over Reagan Airport. It caused the airport to basically shut down for a while. So we shall see. Search is currently underway. Haven't gotten an update, but they're still searching. They were searching all night long. Ground stop order has been issued on Ronald Reagan Washington National Airport in Arlington, Virginia, after a small commercial plane carrying 60 passengers and crew crashed into the Potomac River. The incident occurred when the plane reportedly collided with a DC police helicopter during its landing approach. Emergency services are actively responding. Fireboats already on the scene to conduct search and rescue operations. While all takeoffs and landings have been halted to ensure safety and coordinate the response. White House has confirmed a commercial airliner collided with a military helicopter while on approach to Reagan National Airport. FAA says the helicopter was a Black Hawk. Reports of high-ranking military officials on board. This actually gets debunked pretty quickly, but before it does, they said official release from American Airlines. We're aware of reports that American Eagle Flight 5342, operated by PSA, with service from Wichita, Kansas to Washington Reagan National Airport, has been involved in an incident. We will provide information when it comes available. Doomsday plane was heading for the area of the Black Hawk and plane crash on the Potomac, Washington. E4B is designed to be a survivable command, control, and communication center, particularly in scenarios involving national emergencies or nuclear threats. Boeing E4B, also known as Nighthawk, of the Doomsday planes, is operated by the United States Air Force. Specifically, it is flown by the 1st Airborne Command and Control Squadron and the 595th Command and Control Group, which is based at Offutt Air Base near Omaha. Aircraft serves as the National Airborne Operations Center for the National Command Authority. President of the United States, Secretary of Defense, members of the Joint Chiefs of Staff. So, no survivors were found, according to the radio. AP confirms the helicopter was flown by the Army. At least 4 people rescued after the DC plane crash. PATs are helicopters that flies vice presidents, including and up to the Secretary of Defense. So. Reuters says no senior military officials were on board. EU has decided to ban the supply of Xbox and PlayStation to Russia. The horror. According to the EU High Representative Kaja Kallas, consoles can be used to control drones. The ban on Xbox and PlayStation supplies is planned to be introduced on February 22nd as part of its 16th package of sanctions against Russia. All right, where were we? Okay, can't find it. There it is. Now, Russians will have to order from the Georgia, Kazakhstan, or China with home delivery, which will make their lives much more difficult. It's over. Germany is going to close its borders to immigrants. German parliament passed a non-binding immigration motion urging government to close borders to all asylum seekers. Pentagon official has stated that there were no senior military officials aboard the Black Hawk helicopter, which crashed earlier at Reagan Airport near D.C. Airport report says the Americans intend to prevent reconstruction in the Gaza Strip in order to encourage Gazans to migrate elsewhere. Prime Minister's office has received there we go. They have received the list of hostages who are scheduled to be released from Hamas captivity tomorrow. The list is acceptable, hence the deal will move on. This is good. Political and security officials in Israel are demanding that Hamas provide information about the condition of Shiri Bibas and her children. Israel wants to create certainty for the Bibas family regarding the condition of their lives who were kidnapped on October 7th. President Trump proposed a U.S. pullout from Syria on the condition that Turkey restores diplomatic ties with Israel. Diplomatic sources say Trump is coordinating the withdrawal plan with Erdogan. Former U.S. Senator Bob Menendez, an A+ supporter of the Armenian lobby, has been sentenced to 11 years in federal prison on corruption charges. And the wreck. Here's some more info. MH60 involved with the collision has been found fully submerged. Suspected all three crew on board to be lost. Crash is a mass casualty event. Mobile morgue is ordered to be activated to handle the dead. Particularly bad because it happened over the Potomac River in the middle of winter. That is just going to be really cold. Anyone who survived the initial impact probably all drowned immediately upon crashing into the river because the body's first reaction upon entering the very cold is to gasp for air. Flight 5342 could have had as much as 100 souls on board, including aircrew and pilots. President Trump released a statement regarding the tragic collision at Ronald Reagan National Airport. I have been fully briefed on the terrible accident which just took place at Reagan National Airport. May God bless their souls. Thank you for the incredible work being done. In our first responders, I am monitoring the situation and will provide more details as they arise. Secretary of Homeland Security Kristi Noem followed up the mid-air collision at Ronald Reagan Washington National Airport. We are deploying every available U.S. Coast Guard a resource for search and rescue efforts in this horrific incident at DCA. We actively monitoring the situation as stand to support local responders. Military Black Hawk that crashed into an American Airlines flight in D.C. was reportedly flying dark chopper was not broadcasting an aid signal. It has just been found submerged in the Potomac River, and first responders say there are likely no viable victims. And that is your crisis report for January 29th, 2025. So, friends, hit the like button to the subscribe thing. Put a bunch of stuff on here earlier today. Go ahead and check all that out. Yep. So, get everything done, folks. Time's a flitting. We got to get it done now. So, whatever project you put off, you might want to do it now. All right, friends, God bless. Stack, stock, stick to the plan. Keep it on the swivel and your powder dry. Follow us on Minds and Gab and Twitter and X and Truth. And we would love to see you there. God bless. PrepperNow out.